We have all experienced the smartphone age. We have all used smartphones big, small, with keyboards, buttons, and nowadays no buttons. Some smartphones today even have foldable screens. But what exactly makes smartphones smart? What exactly was it that made smartphones so revolutionary? Let's find out. It's the data, or in simpler terms, the internet. The ability to access the internet from any time at any place is what made the smartphone so revolutionary. The fact that people now had a computer capable of doing multiple tasks in the palm of their hands took the world by storm. But how exactly did we arrive to this point? Throughout this training video, my goal is to teach you a little bit about the evolution of mobile data and where it can go in the future with 5G. Let's begin. Originally, cell phones were only designed to make phone calls. Nobody in their right mind would have thought that cell phones could have the computing power that they have today. However, technology did evolve and cell phones could eventually access the internet. But to understand how this happened, we need to understand how a cell phone works first. A cell phone uses a cellular network, a radio-based technology propagated by antennas. Signals occur in multiple different frequency bands. This network is formed with radio-based stations that creates a subsystem. The core circuit switch network handles voice calls and text. A packet switch network handles mobile data. The service area of each base station is called a cell. Each mobile terminal is served by the closest base station. When mobiles move, handoff occurs. This idea sounds great in theory, but what happens when multiple mobile terminals need to access the same base station at once? This problem is called the multiple access problem. Since there can be a lot of interference between different senders and receivers, you need to use a multiple access scheme to resolve the issue. There are three different types of multiple access schemes: frequency division multiple access, or FDMA, time division multiple access, or TDMA, code division multiple access, or CDMA. I will discuss each one of these specifically as we discuss the different types of data from 1G to now 5G. First up is 1G, or the first generation data, otherwise known as AMPS, or AMPS. AMPS stands for Advanced Mobile Phone Systems. It is an analog standard using FDMA. It was developed by Bell Labs in October of 1983. It is the oldest version of data as we know it. FDMA works when each mobile phone is assigned a separate frequency channel for a call. Different cellular network protocols use different frequencies. However, this method was very inefficient because frequency is scarce. 1G was also very slow. That's why eventually we moved on from 1G. After 1G, a new evolution took place that dominated 90% of the mobile data industry. 2G came out in 1991 in Finland and absolutely took over. It was available in over 219 countries and territories. 2G used TDMA and FDMA combined. It also introduced SMS. 2G eventually turned into 2.5G technology, otherwise known as EDGE. In this combined TDMA system, time is divided into slots, and only one mobile terminal transmits during each slot. It's kind of like a classroom lecture, when only one person can talk at a given time. As a result, there's essentially no competition in the cellular network. This is known as GSM, and it was used by AT&T and T-Mobile. This was just one form of 2G. 2G came in another form as well that utilized CDMA. This is the third form of the orthogonal multiple access scheme. CDMA worked with the use of orthogonal codes to separate the different transmissions. Each symbol is transmitted as a larger number of bits using the user-specific code. This spreads bandwidth, but still allows users to use the same frequency band together. This form of 2G was also known as IS-95 and was used by Verizon and Sprint. After 2G came 3G and 3.5G. These were popular for a long time and had multiple different variants. UMTS, or Universal Mobile Telecommunication System 3G, was an evolution of GSM. Other types of 3G included wideband CDMA and CDMA 2000. 3G and 3.5G really built upon existing technologies and improved speed significantly, and were critical in the rise of smartphones in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. After 3G came what we are now extremely familiar with, 4G and LTE. It was launched in 2010 and operates on both GSM and CDMA mobile operators. 4G and LTE were essentially a much faster version and a much faster network than what anybody was used to at the time. In fact, LTE-A came out and allowed mobile phones to be capable of speeds over 2 gigabytes per second, compared to the mere 14 kilobytes per second people were getting with 1G in the 90s. The reason 4G and LTE worked so well is that it provided a fast network over a wide area with a decreased cost due to the large area one tower can cover at any given time. This is where 5G comes in. 5G is the future of mobile data and was officially launched in 2018. However, it is not mainstream yet due to multiple reasons. 5G operates at multiple different millimeter wave bands and can deliver speeds up to 20 gigabits per second. This is over 10 times as fast as 4G and LTE. This idea sounds great in theory, but how come it hasn't been implemented yet? This is because 5G needs special hardware to work seamlessly. This hardware transmits waves which do not work over long distances and are easily interrupted by natural impediments such as trees or buildings. As a result, mobile or terminal transfer cannot happen seamlessly. The only real solution to this problem is to install a lot of 5G stations everywhere so that a mobile phone can connect to any one of them at any given time. However, this can become very costly and is the main reason for the delayed rollout of 5G. However, there is a bright side to all of this. Since 5G will have virtually no latency or lag, it opens up a whole new world of opportunity. This opportunity is present in all industries, especially tech and medicine. Imagine a doctor doing a surgery remotely, or imagine a full highway of self-driving cars. All these things can be a reality in the near future with 5G technology. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something from it. You should be excited about the future of 5G and mobile data because it will be very relevant to your daily life. Bye.